Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here. Now, our first story today comes from RiceGum. Now, in RiceGum's most recent video, he gives us an update on the drama with KSI and says that he is going to be releasing a response video very soon. Just watch this.
KSI, on the other hand, just dropped a 20-minute RiceGum roast video, and if you look back for like a week, there wasn't a video that got as much views as the one he used my name and my face in. He actually dropped like 2 more videos the next couple days, and not quite, buddy. So for anyone saying RiceGum, you're only beefing with KSI for clout, he was the one that made the video first. On top of that, Keemstar made this straw poll, and clearly KSI has a way larger fan base. This dude fought Logan. Like, beefing online is just a popularity contest, so why would I set myself up for failure and beef against one of the biggest YouTubers? Like, what are you guys saying? Regardless, he made a video about me, so I'm not just gonna back down. So next video, KSI, I got something for you, but you gotta wait your turn. You can't just butt your way in. I'm currently beefing with my ex and this TikTok kid. You gotta wait in line.
Now, our next story today comes from the FaZe member known as Dubs. Now, a couple months ago, we talked about Dubs and how he said the N-word on stream. Well, Dubs was able to stay in FaZe after taking sensitivity training, and he is still in FaZe right now. But just a couple days ago, he got exposed for something else that's pretty serious here. So while Dubs was doing a tournament, people felt like he was colluding with another player that was in the game at the time. This guy's name is Waffles, and the first videos that came out over this looked extremely concerning. I mean, it really did look like Dubs was straight up colluding with this guy during this tournament in order to win, and they just weren't shooting at each other. It was very strange here. Well, just yesterday, Dubs actually decided to do a live stream where Seabass, one of the FaZe leaders, joined in here, and he went over the entire VOD of what happened. And it turns out that Dubs apparently wasn't colluding. According to Dubs here, he says that him and Waffles were just playing a strategy where they did not attack each other at the beginning of the game, and they waited until the late game.
Right, so again, you should actually probably pause it there, because I just want to make sure we keep giving the understanding to people who don't know, right? Because a lot of people saw 1 minute worth of this, but they might not even play Fortnite competitively. So the reason that you went in there in an area with so many people, killed 1 AI and left, was because, as you said, your purpose for landing here, the reason you've been landing here for 2 months, is because you want the vault. So in this season in Fortnite, there's 5 vaults, and they contain a ridiculous amount of loot, like enough loot for a squad plus more people. And the chance of Danny walking over there and killing every player he sees every time in every lobby, even at high level lobbies, which are the ones that he's playing at, are pretty low compared to his chances of finding success in the game later if he's able to get the loot that's in the vault and take it with him to the end game. Right? So a lot of people might see this footage and be like, oh, well, he's like not shooting at these people. Clearly, you know, something's up. When really that's not the case at all. That's just how high level Fortnite's played, especially in an area on the map like the rig, where the priority isn't other players, but it's the loot that's in the vault.
Now, I don't play a lot of Fortnite myself, but I've talked to a lot of Fortnite players over the past few days, and honestly, the general consensus from the community right now is kind of mixed. There's people that are defending Dubs, saying that no, he wasn't colluding. There's people saying that, you know, something was really sketchy about these clips here, but it does look like FaZe is not going to kick Dubs. FaZe are actually defending Dubs in this situation here, but the crazy part about this is that Epic Games have actually banned Dubs for 30 days over this whole situation. Now, our next story today comes from 8Thoughts. Now, if you don't know what 8Thoughts is, he is a streamer and a YouTuber we just talked about last week. If you don't know what happened here, there was this random hater that decided to pull up to a YouTuber's house in the middle of the night. He had an unregistered firearm in his car. Now, the guy claimed here that he was just going to this YouTuber's house to apologize, but the YouTuber 8Thoughts decided to stream this whole thing on his Twitch channel, and it turns out that 8Thoughts just got banned today on Twitch. That's right, 8Thoughts tweeted this out. He says, damn, I've been banned on Twitch for a week. Now, Pescator, another YouTube news channel, tweeted out saying, for what? 8Thoughts responded saying, I'm guessing the Drifter stream. So it looks like 8Thoughts is getting banned for that stream that he showed of the guy going to the YouTuber's house. Now, our next story today comes from the Twitch streamer known as the Slade Slayer. Now, this guy has over 1,000 followers on Twitch. He does a lot of GTA role plays on his streams. Now, recently, while he was streaming, his girlfriend got so mad at him that he had to threaten to call the cops on her here. Just watch this.
At this point.
No more, you never spend time with me! I hate you!
Oh my god, come on down to the burger shack, dude.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Fucking dog!
You're beating me!
Don't do it!
Holy shit, dude, you followed. Oh my god, come on down to the burger
Okay,
shack,
I'm
dude.
calling the cops.
Now, after this clip went viral yesterday, people started to look through some of Slade's old VODs, and some other interesting clips came up of him and his girlfriend here.
It won't be long. Alright, Chet, I guess we'll just end this. But from what I'm saying is, from what happened on NoPixel is, I was blown up, and then I lost a lot of my fame after that. And now the fact that it's just happening again, I never thought it would happen again, and you guys are amazing
No
for
one
that.
likes it.
So, that's not fun to say.
Okay, so I actually decided to contact Slade recently to ask him what's going on with this whole situation. Now, he tells me here that it was in the heat of the moment and it wasn't serious. He didn't even call the cops over this. It was just him and his girlfriend having a little fight. Now, he did sound very genuine when he was telling this to me, so I do definitely believe him here to some extent, but I also am going to keep a close eye on Slade and make sure nothing else bad happens here. Now, our next story today comes from the Twitch streamer known as Gore. Now, Gore recently got exposed for scamming his editor here. Now, this is old news, because Gore has been exposed before for scamming editors in the past, but this editor actually was able to talk to all the other editors that Gore has scammed, and it turns out that Gore has scammed not one, not two, but 5 different editors over the course of the past few years. Just watch this.
I've been editing for Gore since the beginning of March. We made a deal and a voice call that I would edit 2 to 3 videos a week for him, and that the length of the video didn't matter to him that much because of the ad revenue and the algorithm. So he'd pay me £50 per video. Even though I put a lot of time and effort in each video, I did accept it because, you know, I'm a student, I need money. He agreed on paying for the first video, even though later on in the voice call he told me he wouldn't pay me for the first video because it was a test video, even though I spent a few hours on that test. And he eventually uploaded on YouTube. This was, by the way, his reaction of the video, and so I don't understand why he wouldn't pay me for it, even though he told me before he would pay me. I made a 4th video which he didn't pay me for. I messaged him a week after the payment date. I told him, hey, listen dude, I made a video for you last month, and he said okay. He knows what I mean. That's like, you know, okay means I get it, pretty much, right? I didn't hear anything from him ever since then, and he still hasn't paid me. So what I did is I went to his Discord server. I was talking to people, I'm a moderator there, and I said, hey listen, he hasn't paid me for the last video. They told me that Gore had scammed his previous editors too. And then I hit up the previous editors, had some conversations with all of these. The first editor, Sten, made a YouTube video, a highlight video for Gore. He edited it and he sent it to Gore, but Gore never paid him. As you can see in this video, this Twitch clip you will see right now.
Highlight. In the UK, we are brought up to know that the customer is always right. And that highlight is bad. He ain't a good editor. It was bad. The guy is not on a level what I want. So I didn't pay him. I didn't post his highlight. I didn't pay him. Right? Now people saying I have to pay him the full amount. Oh, come on. Yeah, boys. Who here wants to see me fucking do the best entertainment ever? Ready? Right. Get ready, your mind's gonna be blown. Right, I want $1,000 of everyone who just saw that because I've just gave you the entertainment. Now where's $1,000 each? Please, come on. Come on. What are you on about? I know you gotta pay me. Yes, you do. I've done the work, bitch.
Then we have Trex, another editor of Gore. He said, being his old editor, after he took the turn and went downhill, I had to sit through 8 hours of him screaming down the mic to get me measly £40, which is another story because he never paid me. And we have Esmond, the editor before me. I even talked with Esmond today, and Esmond even told me that Gore has paid him, but not everything yet. Gore still needs to pay Esmond £50, and I asked him how long did it take him to pay you, and he said more than 2 months. And Esmond then ended it with saying to me that he had to ask over 10 times to Gore to pay him. I do remember that I was talking with Gore in a voice call, and Gore was talking about Esmond, that he was not going to pay Esmond the $200, even though Esmond did edit for him a few videos. And then for the last of all, we have the graphic designer that Gore never paid for, and here's a clip of that.
I've got people that want paying, mate. You got to see this. I've got some funny shit going on right now, by the way. There was a guy who made me graphics not long ago. He made me graphics for my fucking Twitch channel or some shit. And the graphics were okay. And I thought his work looked really good. But when he gave me the work, I was like, this is pretty shit. but we agreed on a price, but it wasn't, the work wasn't done. It didn't look good. So now he's on my Twitter blasting me, like saying, oh yeah, you didn't pay me. And then some other little wanker made me a fucking 2-minute clip. Oh, one second, bruv. Some other guy made me a 2-minute clip of my stream like a year ago, and he's complaining I owe him $40. And all these people stepping forward going, oh, he owes me. Oh, he owes me. He owes me. Like, oh, come on, like 3 or 4 people coming out. No, like, I did this. I made a panel for him. I made, oh man. And that's on my plate today, and that's really bugged me. Because it's like all these people now think I'm some sort of scammer.
At this point, he still hasn't paid any of his previous editors.
Now, our next story today comes from Twitch. It looks like Twitch is actually implementing new features that will completely change their platform. Devin Nash tweeted out saying, huge changes to Twitch. Broadcasters can now disable clips made on their channels. Will streamers use this feature? Now, this is very strange to a lot of streamers because most streamers like to have clips on their channel because it helps them grow. The streamer Ballermage responded saying, oh, look, I can turn off literally the only thing Twitch has that even remotely constitutes or enables growth within the platform itself. I think I'll pass. Please clip anything I say, especially if it's out of context and it makes it funny. Now, Yo It's Gold responded saying, let's say someone puts clips off, then they accidentally show TOS content, but then quickly delete the VOD. Are they safe from being banned since no one can clip it and there's no VOD to report? And then the streamer Asmongold responded saying, I think the only people who really use this are girls who don't want to get clipped the moment they get up. And that's right, like what streamers are really going to use this feature? It would have to be streamers that think they're going to get banned in some way from people clipping their stream. Now, our next story today comes from the famous rapper known as Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, Tekashi is actually currently under house arrest, and he just decided to live stream on Instagram Live.
Because no matter how much dirt y'all throw on my name, no matter, and I've seen everything. Everybody want to be quiet now. For 2 years, y'all made fun of me. Y'all done made memes of me. Y'all done threw my name in the dirt. Yo, rat, bitch, fucking. Y'all didn't go through what I went through, and I still came home, and I'm a legend at the age of 24 years old because I came home and the rat is doing more numbers than you. I would be mad too. I would. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. A real nigga wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I would go home sleeping like, why is this kid doing better than me?
Now, this wasn't just any normal Instagram live stream because this made over 2 million live viewers. This completely blows the Instagram world record of live viewers. DJ Academics tweeted out saying 6ix9ine hit 2 million on Instagram Live. The previous record was 380,000 held by a Hispanic musician. He beat number 2 by 1.5 million people live. Now, our next story today comes from the influencer known as King Batch. Now, if you don't know who King Batch is, he used to be one of the top Vine stars, okay? He was literally like one of the most followed people on Vine. Now, King Batch still does have a very big YouTube channel. He also has a massive Instagram, but it turns out that a lot of people decided to talk shit on King Batch over Twitter yesterday. That's right, people started to say that King Batch was never funny. This made tens of thousands of retweets, and lots of people actually started tweeting about King Batch not being funny and talking badly about him over Twitter. Now, so many people started to tweet about King Batch that he started trending over Twitter, and King Batch tweeted out saying, me just minding my own business, Twitter fuck King Batch. So we started to get tons of hate over Twitter here, but one person decided to come out and defend King Batch here, and this was Ninja. That's right, Ninja tweeted out saying, I wake up to find King Batch trending in a negative way for no reason. People need to start focusing on themselves during this pandemic and not drooling over their keyboards for clicks because they are bored as shit. Do something productive, work on yourself, and don't hate on success. Now, our final story today comes from the YouTuber known as Dan Z Men. Now, we talked about this YouTuber last week, but if you don't know, he was recently hacked on his channel. This happened a month ago, and he tried to get his channel back for weeks and weeks, and YouTube just never helped him out with this situation. Well, it turns out that YouTube has finally actually stepped in and helped him here. He tweeted out saying YouTube just finished their investigation and confirmed it was hijacked. So it looks like YouTube has finally helped out Dan in this situation here, which is great news. But that's it for our video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.